Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today. And though you've come through many obstacles.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to Castlevania Season 4, Episode 2. So, last time we started off the season with Trevor and Sypha just kind of going around taking care of monsters, monstrous humans, evil, wherever they can. Everything, all the evil of this world seems to have become emboldened, and now people are trying to bring back Dracula. And it's just like, it's getting annoying for them. But they're getting through it, and just trying to do their best. Meanwhile, Alucard ended up being visited by a horse and a dead rider atop who are looking for assistance for a nearby town. Well, by nearby, like 20 miles out. The rider ended up dying on the way there and had to be buried, and the horse seemed fine. But Alucard realizes that he's starting to become a lot more like Trevor. And it's definitely building up the moment when they're going to reunite and take on, I guess, the final antagonist of this series in Carmilla and her group. So we'll see how that goes. I'm definitely interested to see how they try to wrap all of this up in this one final season. There's only 10 episodes, and there's a lot to wrap up. Like, even with the announcement of a sequel series coming, that's going to be like a follow-up to this and everything. Even with that, it's like they still got to wrap up all of the plot points from this series. They can't just leave all of that hanging unless it's going to be important to the sequel series. And if something is going to be important to the sequel series, then that's okay. But if it's not, then they can't just leave it hanging. Otherwise, it just ends up being poor writing. We'll see. We will see. But let's get this started. So, when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black, then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the episode. So, that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. So I looked up the voice actress for for ZAMFIR, and it's I might mispronounce this. I apologize if I do, but Tokes Olagundie, something like that. Again, might be mispronouncing it. It's Nigerian. The actress has also voice acted Nanafwa in Steven Universe, and Mrs. Beakley in DuckTales. So that's pretty interesting. Would not have guessed that. 3 very different roles, but nothing wrong with that at all. It just shows diversity in her talents. So this episode had 2 main parts to it. The first centering around Hector, Carmilla, and Lenore. So Hector is working on a magic hammer to be able to do his work, and we see Lenore is starting to feel like she's being pushed to the side because Carmilla and the others don't want to do diplomacy anymore. But that's what Lenore specializes in. And we kind of also get a confirmation of something here. At the end of last season, I was questioning like Lenore's intentions with Hector. If she was truly saving him from Carmilla and them, or if she was using him for her own reasons and was just like trying to keep him like as a pet out of like some kind of like control kind of desire. And while it's still possible she could betray him in the end, it very much seems right now that it is genuine. They very much have a genuine chemistry to them that makes it feel like um, Lenore is trying to save him. I think that she might have actually fallen for him, which fair enough. Um, but it's going to lead to some interesting stuff later on down the line, no matter what. That's undeniable. We see them have a little bit of banter while talking about how Lenore has been feeling less appreciated by her sisters lately. And Hector is just trying to get things done while having to deal with the metals and materials and stuff that the demons are bringing him that aren't that great. um, Lenore then visits Carmilla and finds out that Carmilla's full final plan is to take over the entire world. Because of the traumas and horrors she faced in the past, she now wants to inflict that upon the same subset of people who did the wrong to her in the first place. These old, evil men. She sees them as the true evil and wishes to purge them, basically, and take everything that they own and claim for herself. And it's like, I get it. Like she was treated horribly. That's undeniable. I understand why she's thinking and acting like this. I don't even fully blame her. But at the same time, by being no better than the people who have scarred her, it doesn't help. It doesn't fix anything. It just perpetuates this cycle of violence that just makes things worse. And it's like, there's a certain point in a lot of situations like this where it's like, yeah, there's a certain point where there's no other options, but there are other options here. And that's been proven. And either way, she's taking it way too far. Like, disproportionate levels. And it's like that kind of unbalances the vengeance. It just feels like she is vengeful, and again, for understandable reasons, but she's just taking it way, way too far. And Lenore is seeing that. Um, the other two are not around at the moment, but yeah. The second, I apologize for that. There's a FedEx truck like next door. But the second part of the episode focuses on Trevor and Sypha. They reach a barn looking to rest for the night, but are attacked by those two vampires we saw last episode, and their night creatures. They end up gaining some assistance from a group of warriors who are serving Targavishte. And though they win the battle, two of the three warriors are killed in the resulting attack, leaving only ZAMFIR. Right off the bat, instant first impressions on ZAMFIR. Um, she's really fucking cute. Like, she's really attractive. I'm going by she because that's the pronouns they used in the episode for her. So, and last and until the episodes say anything different, I'll go by that. Um, she's very, very attractive, but she's also really cool and badass. I'm not so sure about the extreme loyalty she seems to have for Tagaviste. Um, she seems very much to be entirely against the vampires in that regard. And I get that, but she probably just doesn't know why Dracula destroyed Targaviste. She probably just doesn't know what they did. I don't know how she wouldn't know about what they did to his wife. I'm just hoping she doesn't end up becoming a bad guy. Because right now it's like she's really badass. She's really cool. She's a great fighter. I love her design, and it's just like I just instantly like her. It's just there's a lot of characters in various shows that just have that magnetism to them, where you just instantly like them because of how they're drawn and written and characterized. And she's definitely one of those types of characters for me. And I really hope that she doesn't end up becoming a bad guy. We'll see. We'll see. But she seems to be willing to allow Trevor and Sypha to help them out, her squadron or whatever. But she has to make sure that they're trustworthy first, which is honestly very fair. She doesn't know them. Um, she also didn't have any reaction to Trevor calling himself a Belmont and all, which it's like I'm wondering, like, does she know who the Belmonts are, or does she not? I don't know. And if she doesn't, will she find out, and will that affect things at all? I'm just genuinely curious. A lot of interesting setup still. We're still not getting into anything really big quite yet, but I'm definitely curious as to where this is going to go, especially since we only have 10 episodes. Like I said, this has got to be closed out. They can't leave all those open-ended plot points, so how are they going to cover all of this? I guess we'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, tell me in the comments below what you thought of this episode of Castlevania, and thank you so much for tuning in. For now, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.